and welcome to Monday morning readings and meditations and wonderful inspirational message from the works of Torkom Saraydarian. Today we will present a beautiful story from this collection of stories by Torkom Saraydarian, and these are all illustrated by a wonderful friend of ours, John Dunnigan. These are a collection of all the stories he told, and we put them in a special organization. So they are in 7 categories. So the category would be beauty category, goodness category, righteousness category, and so on. And we put them in these categories and then we fit the story to that category. So the one that I'm going to read today is from the category of freedom, story number 153, titled The Bridge. Now remember that in many of the studies that you have made, I am sure that you have come across many stories that teachers have told about their experiences. And we wonder, did they really have all those experiences? Well, to me, that doesn't matter. What they are trying to say is here's a story that you can listen to with your innocence, as an innocent child does. When we listen as children to a story, we just take it in and we let our mind wander. But he often says, listen to the stories with your 3 ears. We have 3 kinds of ears, with the outside, the inner, and the inner. So if we listen to the stories with our inner ears, we will find many seed thoughts in them that are really worthy of contemplation, meditation, and even writing a new story based on those seed thoughts. So I ask you to listen to the story, and as I repeat it, repeat the story and the words, see if you can find some seed thought that really speak to you today. Little hints that are dropped in the story that may guide you, may open a door for you, may give you a deep insight. When I read the story for this presentation, I was surprised on how many seed thoughts there were in it. I counted at least 15, but if I really look into it, I will find a lot more. So let's start then with the bridge. One night when it was the full moon, our teacher took us down to the beach. The sea was completely calm and smooth as a mirror. We spread our blankets on the sand and sat around our teacher as he spoke to us. Tonight, he said, I'm going to tell you a wonderful story, and you will recall it forever. Once there was a long bridge that hung suspended above a river. Only courageous people crossed it because it was very narrow, made of wood and vines, and it would swing from side to side as it was crossed, creating the great danger of falling off it down into the deep and rocky river far below. On the other side of the bridge, there was a beautiful garden of flowers and a clear spring of pure water. Those who could cross the bridge could enter the garden and find the rarest of flowers, which gave them the secret of happiness. And when they drank of the water from the clear spring, they became invulnerable. One day, a young boy, having heard of the garden of rare flowers and the spring of pure water, set out to reach them. He's curious, as we are too, right? After walking for many days and nights, he arrived at the bridge. But as he saw it swaying in the wind, an overwhelming fear descended upon him. How can I cross this bridge? He thought. It looks much too dangerous. If I fall into the river onto the rocks, I will die. With one false step, I could easily plunge downward. Trembling with fear and despair, he sat down to consider his situation. As he sat there, a bird appeared and said to him, Why don't you cross the bridge? It is swinging above the abyss, said the boy. But many people have crossed it over safely, said the bird, and you can do the same. But it is very dangerous. Ah, yes, it is. But the greatest dangers are your own fear and your own selfishness. When you have the courage and you forget yourself, you can pass over the bridge easily. But why didn't they build a sturdier bridge? Asked the boy. Those who built the bridge sacrificed themselves, and every time a courageous person crosses it, the bridge becomes stronger and stronger, replied the bird. No, 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 I can't, said the boy. It is too dangerous. Is it really? Asked the bird. Is it not more dangerous to stay here and be devoured by the wild beasts of the forest? If you try to cross the bridge, even if you fall into the river, the bridge will be stronger for the next person. If you stay on this side of the bridge, you will have a lesser chance for happiness and for an everlasting life. For many days, the boy thought deeply, and finally, he made up his mind. I will cross the bridge, even though I may fall. I will accomplish more in trying to cross it than in living here in misery and darkness. Then, rising to his feet, he crossed the bridge. On reaching the other side safely, he said, I have found the garden of happiness and the spring of everlasting life. The end. I'm going to show you a picture of the bridge that was illustrated by John Dunnigan. Isn't that beautiful? So this book has beautiful stories and illustrations, but what I'd like to hear from you is, what are the key seed thoughts or a seed thought that is a deep hint for you? And share with me and with all our followers on Facebook, what does that mean to you? This is a profound, profound story. Although a short 1.5 pages, it has a deep meaning that you can write a book about. It is a deep meaning. Every word has some deep meaning in it. So find out today and maybe tomorrow what bridges you'll be asked to cross and what holds you back. Do you make excuses? Do you ask others to make the bridge sturdier for you so you can go through? Are you going to take the responsibility to cross that bridge and find the truth about your life? So with that, I leave you to ponder on the bridge. It is beautiful and it is under the principle of freedom. Don't forget that. Okay. So I look forward to see you next time and thank you for joining me. Bye for now.